In this video, I'm gonna try to convince you to switch to my everyday breakfast while I'm cooking it, and all of that in under 10 minutes. Let's go. So here we are. Let's start the timer. The reason for doing it under 10 minutes is because I think every breakfast should be easy to prepare and very quick to integrate into a morning routine. Everybody's busy in the morning, and the longer it takes to prepare this, the more friction it's gonna create for you to implement this new habit. And I just don't think it's realistic to advise someone to cook for 30 minutes every morning. So we're gonna do our best to keep it under 10 minutes. We're gonna make porridge and fried eggs in order to give you a good balance between carbs and protein. So naturally, we start with the oats. I usually don't measure on the scale everything I eat, but in this case, I wanted to give you an exact measurement of everything I'm putting into this breakfast so I can give you a big table at the end of this video with all the macros of this entire meal. So right there, you've seen me put 56 grams of oats. You put it in the pan, then you fill the cup with the exact same volumes of milk. In my case, I've used almond milk because I try to reduce animal products, but as far as I know, it would work for pretty much any meal. In this case, there was 105 grams of milk, which I also put in the pan, and then I add a little bit of water just so that the oats will be a little more soaked, which is just my taste. Then you can make this on a medium to high fire. For instance, mine goes from 1 to 9. I put it on 7. Again, this is just to avoid waiting for a very long time until it warms up. Another bonus tip is that the larger the pan is going to be, the more surface area there's going to be, therefore the faster it will cook. For instance, here I could have used a smaller pan, but I decided to go for my medium-sized one because I know it would just make it faster. Then I'm gonna start preheat the other pan for the eggs. I'll put a little bit of oil in it. I've also measured that, so I will put all those calories into the final tab. Again, the oil is pretty much optional. I do it because I like it better this way, but if you're really trying to cut on calories, then maybe you can avoid it. Then the porridge is gonna have some bananas in it, so I'm putting a whole banana in the bowl. In this case, it was 105 grams. Then I'm gonna squish the banana with a fork until it becomes completely liquid. Tip number 2, it's better if the banana is kind of mature and not like super green. It'll just make it easier to squish the banana. Once the banana is kind of liquid into the bowl, I'm gonna add cinnamon powder for the taste. In this case, I added 2.5 milliliter, which is the equivalent of half of a teaspoon, but this is pretty much according to your taste. I mean, you add whatever you want. And on top of that, for the sweet effect, I put a little bit of agave syrup. In this case, I measured it and it's 19 grams. The combination of cinnamon, agave syrup, and banana is really good with oats. Oats alone is quite plain. It doesn't have really taste to it. That's why you need to add on to that. And with the banana or any fruit you want to put in it, you're also having all the benefits of vitamins and minerals that fruits are full of. Now it seems like the pan for the eggs is getting ready, so let's put on the eggs. The reason I'm doing eggs and not just only a porridge in the morning is because I want to increase a little bit the amount of protein that my breakfast meal is having. Other option for that, if you are vegan and you want to be 100% plant-based, is maybe to add a little bit of peanut butter into your porridge directly. I personally love eggs, and I'm still not ready to be 100% vegan, so although I'm not eating meat or fish, I'm still using eggs in order to get to my protein level every day. To be clear, this is a quite heavy breakfast, and it would correspond very much to someone who has either already done a training and want to replenish his stock of protein and carbs for the day to come, or only if you have planned your workout to be in the evening or late in the morning. Basically, don't go for a run or for exercising half an hour after this meal. I don't think your digestive system would like this very much. I'm personally fine going for a run when I'm fasting. That's why if I do a run in the morning, I will do it before breakfast, bearing in mind that I would not be able to give 100% like I would do at 11 in the morning or 6 p.m. when I had full meals before. But anyway, I enjoyed running fastens, so to me, going out for a run in the morning would be before having this breakfast. Back to the recipe, it's actually very important to make sure that the oats doesn't stick at the bottom of the pan. So you do have to kind of stay consistent on it and mix it up very regularly. I would say every 30 seconds. That's why you don't see me leaving the room at all for the 10 minutes. This is really 10 minutes hands-on, but it gets the job done in 10 minutes, which I think is a pretty good target for such a healthy breakfast. You want to achieve the consistent where the oats start to become sort of solid, but it's still a bit wet, because that's to me the best consistency in terms of taste for the oats. Once you have achieved this sort of level, at least that's how I like it, you can pour all of that into the bowl and start mixing it up with banana, cinnamon, and agave syrup. Always keep an eye on the eggs, make sure they're not burning up. Since eggs usually are pretty fast to be cooked, at least sunny side up like this, I would usually put the heat to like 5, so a medium level, to make sure that they are slowly cooking while I'm taking most of my attention on the porridge. Eggs are are ready, porridge is ready. It is now time to stop the timer. Here we are, 9 minutes 34 seconds, under 10 minutes, quick and easy. I really think that this is a recipe that every runner should know. It gives you protein, carbs, all coming from whole food, unprocessed, or any other unhealthy breakfast that you would see in most of people's diets. And it gives you all you need to start the day the perfect way. Now, if we move on to the macronutrients, overall I've put 56 grams of oats, 113 grams of almond milk, 105 grams of bananas, 2.5 milliliters of cinnamon powder, which I don't count towards macronutrient because there's basically any. I also put a little bit of water. Again, it's not in this table. It's only to work on the consistency of the oats. Then I added 19 grams of agave syrup. And on the egg side, I put 4.5 grams of olive oil. And an egg is around 55 grams usually, so 110 grams for 2 eggs. I didn't actually measure those, but I think it's a fair average. Overall, if you add all the macronutrients given by all those ingredients, the total meal has an overall calorie number of 654 kilocalories, which I think it's pretty good. I mean, if you are on between 2000 and 2500 calories per day, this is not even taking a third of your amount. So I don't think it's on the too heavy side. Obviously, you can increase any of those ingredients if you want to get more carbs, etc. If you're interested in having this table that I've put here, where I put on the left side the nutrients per 100 grams of each of my ingredients, and then on the right I can put the exact measurement of what I put in, and then it gives you the total of nutrients brought by each of my ingredients. Don't forget to ask me in the comments and I'll answer any question you have. So overall, 74 grams of carbs, 28 grams of fat, 24 grams of protein. So as I said, it's quite heavy on the carb side, but hey, we are runners. We spend carbs every day. I'm definitely not on the keto diet, as you can see. Like, I don't think we should deprive our body from carbs. I think we need them very much. But if there is one time in the day where it's probably better to have them, that would definitely be in the morning. So you're ready to burn those carbs up through the day. I've also gotten a pretty big amount of protein from this breakfast. You find all sorts of rules about how many protein you should have, but I think having 0.8 to 1 gram per kilograms of body mass, it's sort of a good rule, I hope. So let's say you're weighing 70 kilos, then you need to try to aim for just under 70 grams of protein per day. You do this, you already got 24. It's only up to you to find the 46 grams remaining. Again, you can make this more on the protein side by adding an egg and maybe removing some of the oats. That might increase a little bit your calorie total because eggs have more fat, which has more calories in it. But overall, this is all a trade. That's it, guys. I took a little bit longer than 10 minutes because I wanted to give you some more explanation, but the recipe was definitely under 10 minutes. Feel free to rewatch it while you're trying this breakfast, maybe tomorrow morning. And definitely let me know in the comments if you've enjoyed this breakfast or if you have any suggestion to spice it up or make it better in any way. I'd love to hear them. You know that I always like to include an audiobook recommendation in all of my videos. This time it's not really about running, but since it's very much about food, I'm going to give you a recommendation of a book you can read or listen to while you run, which is called Eat and Run from Scott Jurek. I think among the running books, it's the most food oriented, and Scott Jurek goes in depth into all the aspects of his new diet, going from being a very big meat eater, going all the way to being fully plant-based. He actually includes recipes in the book, but it's much more than that. It's a lot of explanation about why you should be aiming towards this diet, how it worked for him, how he changed his game running wise, etc. So definitely a really cool book to listen to while running. So here we are. This is my running audiobook recommendation. That's it now. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, maybe consider subscribing and click the notification bell so that you're notified every time a new video comes out. Now I'm gonna toss this video to a challenge that I did where I was actually eating this very breakfast every day for 7 days. It's my half marathon week where I run a half marathon every single day of the week. As always, thank you very much for watching and until next time.